Do geographical borders influence language accents and dialects? Imagine walking through a city or crossing a border and suddenly noticing how people's speech changes. That's because geography really shapes how we speak. When we study language use in society, especially in linguistic anthropology and sociolinguistics, we see clear links between physical borders and how language varies. Distance plays a big role. The farther apart communities are, the less they talk to each other. This reduced contact makes their accents and dialects grow more different over time. Think of it like ripples spreading out from a stone thrown into a pond. Close communities tend to share similar speech patterns because they interact often. But communities separated by large distances or barriers develop their own unique ways of speaking. Natural features like mountains, rivers, lakes, and islands act as physical barriers. These features can isolate groups for generations. For example, people living in the Appalachian Mountains or on islands off the coast of North America often kept older dialect features alive because they had limited contact with outside groups. This isolation helps preserve older language forms that might have disappeared elsewhere. Political borders also influence speech. When countries or regions are divided by borders, the people on each side tend to develop different speech patterns over time. Borders limit interaction between communities, which can lead to dialects evolving into separate languages. A good example is the border between Finland and Russia. Even though they share a common history, the dialects on each side have diverged because of the border. Settlement history is another factor. When people from different parts of the world settle in new areas, they bring their language habits with them. In North America, English settlers from different parts of the British Isles settled in specific regions. Their dialects shape the local speech patterns we see today in places like New England or Virginia. Over time, migration and movement created clear dialect boundaries. Migration also causes language contact. When different groups meet, they borrow words, pronunciation styles, and grammar. For example, in border regions where English, Spanish, and Native American languages meet, you see a mix of influences. Spanglish, which combines English and Spanish, is a modern example of how language adapts through contact. From an anthropological view, these patterns show how human movement, settlement, and social boundaries influence language. Studying how borders shape accents and dialects helps us understand how communities maintain identity and adapt to their environment. It's like language is a map of history, geography, and social change all rolled into one. Today, researchers use tools like geographic information system technology to map these relationships. They see how political borders, migration routes, and population shifts shape the way people speak. This shows that language variation is not random but connected to the physical and social world around us.